Hey guys, welcome back to my show, Just Friends with Abdullah. This is something that has not been scripted. I'm gonna get right into it, and I don't even care too much about writing this down because it's been on my mind for a while, and I'm just gonna speak from the heart. Something that's been super annoying to me recently is the amount of breakdowns that I see because of two important factors that nobody for some reason addresses or even talk about it: communication and transparency. You don't understand and you don't really realize the amount of people that I know that have ended friendships, relationships, or any sort of or anything that's developing with other people, whether it's at work or life, you name it, ending because of just a lack of communication and also a lack of transparency. For some reason, people in today's world, I don't know if you go through this as well, people don't like to communicate, or they don't even communicate. I'm not exactly sure why is that a problem. I personally don't get it. I try to be a very good communicator, and I actually work on it because I think it's only fair when you are talking to someone else that they know exactly what you are addressing and what you're trying to relay. I mean, it's the least that you can do. The amount of silly reasons ends the ending of friendships or the ending of anything like potentially that could be a serious someone that you can be seeing seriously in life or whatever you do. The amount of just things becoming sour and negative because of lack of communication and also lack of transparency, it's just weird to me. And now someone can come back to you and say, well, if I am transparent, people are not going to like me. Well, no, that's not true. Actually, most people prefer someone being honest and transparent. Now, you don't have to be rude or disrespectful. You can just be honest and transparent about how you feel about a situation. And actually, most things become better or develop in a better way because of that transparency. But it just might not be the outcome that you like. What do I mean by that? Someone may not be your friend anymore, or someone may not decide to continue the relationship anymore because you are honest and transparent. But guess what? They will respect you even if things don't work out till the last day of their breath. Why? Because in a world full of fakeness, in a world where people are just not genuine or true to themselves, they're gonna be like, hey man, I knew this dude, I knew this person, I knew this lady, and she was maybe harsh, but she was right on the money. She didn't hide anything from me, or he didn't hide anything from me, or they didn't hide anything from me, and they were honest and they were true to themselves. And I believe that transparency and good communication go hand in hand. What do I mean by good communication? Good communication is the ability to convey whatever you're trying to say in the best shape and form possible, and not leaving any gaps behind, by illustrating your points very clearly, by being direct, and perhaps being somewhat objective and not too emotional. This is what I call the art of communication. And also, the art of communication takes another level to it. It's also sending the message, but in the way the other person understands it. What do I mean by that? Not everybody will be able to receive your message the same way. So you're not supposed to communicate in the same way with everyone. That's how it is. You need to pace it out and see who you're talking to, and kind of try to convey it in their own language, in something they will comprehend and understand. That's kind of how it works, not in a manual one-way approach that you should be applying with everybody. No, that's not the way it goes. You should actually have some understanding, and you have to spend time with that person to understand what is the way that the message can be reached out to them. Some people, they like it direct and to the point. Some people like it in a maybe hint or subliminal way where it's within a message. Some people like it within a humor, where you are, what they say sometimes, a joke is 70% fact, 30% humor, but they may get the message with that 70%. So what I'm trying to say here is that you need to master the art of communication based on the person that you're talking to. And not all ways or formats of communication are going to be, not one way or one path of communication is going to be applicable to every person. Like I said, you need to develop that form of communication and versatile approach in terms of who you're talking to. But my problem isn't really about that, because that actually requires effort and hard work, which I expect you to do, which I expect any normal person to do. I'm talking about the simplest form of communication. The form of communication is saying, hey, just to let you know, I'll be late. Hey, this didn't happen, so you're not gonna get in on time. Hey, heads up, I broke this or I did this. Sorry about that. Hey, I know you didn't want to hear this, but I'm not feeling this kind of, approach. I'm not feeling this kind of energy. So please be careful. This is the simplest and the most fundamental base of communication. It is when you're voicing, for example, your frustration, or you're giving someone a heads up, whatever it is. And this is just another form of that you care, that you want things to be good. You want to work it out with your parents, friends, lover, whoever it is. And it's just so weird to me that people neglect that part and don't even think about it. Like, I just don't get it, right? And the other level, which takes communication to a whole nother tier, is transparency. Man, you gotta be transparent with people, bro. You gotta be transparent. It's just that simple. You have to be completely transparent with how you feel about a situation, because it's gonna feed negative energy. It's gonna create that seed of just not being in a good emotional state. You're gonna always be hating on people. You're gonna be hating on the person that you're dealing with. You're gonna feel that you're suffocating and you're not able to express yourself. And trust me, that's the worst. You know why? Because one day you're gonna blow up, you're gonna go crazy on people, and it's gonna reflect very badly on you. That bottom line. So make some effort, man, and understand communication is an integral part. People are not with people for 10, 20, 25 years, whether it's a relationship, like I said, friendship, or even dealing with colleagues at work. Some people are at the same company for 20 years. And why do they rise up through the ranks? Why do they always get the promotion? It's not because of their skills. Sure, that plays a part of it. Sure, people have good skills, but a lot of that comes down to communication, because they're able to segment and compartmentalize the different notions of communication and what lines to use with different people, and they're able to convey that message clearly and soundly. And because they're able to convey it in that way that it resonates with people and they react to it, they're able to rise up through the ranks, because hey, we got someone who is able to deliver our message. It's such an underrated skill. But the thing is about it is that I don't like to say skill. It is a skill, but I don't like to use that word, because it's going to make people think that it's something that needs to be acquired through hard work and it's not easy and it's learned. Yes, there are some bases of learning it, but the simplest form of communication is just voicing how you feel. That's it, right? Voicing how you feel. Because like I said, even if the way you're saying it might not be super receptive, the person is still going to appreciate it because you said it, because you said something. And when you're saying something, you're trying to say basically that this is my problem or this is the issue. I'm saying it because I know it's important for the betterment of whatever we have, right? You got to think about these things, man. Like there are simple things in life, and I don't want to get to all of them, whether it's honesty, whether it's communication, whether it's being having content, being content with yourself, self-contentment, whether it is fulfillment, whether it is having your purpose and objectives clear in life. These are some of the things that obviously they are fundamentals. One of them is having good communication with people. I don't want to be too dramatic here, but honestly, man, so many things would be solved in life with good communication. So many things. So just hopped in here to make a quick video about this. Honesty and communication, critical. Think about them. See how you can improve yourself. Maybe myself, I'm going to do. And by the way, just to let you know, a quick story. It took me a while to work on this. It did take me a while. Even I am not the best person at it. I'm not perfect. Sometimes it's because I don't want to hurt people. But unfortunately, it's unavoidable. it's unavoidable. And trust me, they might be hurt at that time if you're going to be say something that's going to be hurtful, but they will be thanking you later, because nobody can point out the flaws or shortcomings, let's put it that way, of another person except an honest, transparent, and a good communicator. But a good communicator says it in the best way that it can be received. That is the difference. So guys, please work on your communication skills, work on what you have, and hopefully you'll have much more fulfilling, long-lasting relationships and friendships in life. And trust me, you're not gonna regret it. I'll catch you soon.